What's goody, internet? Oh, I don't like that. That didn't feel right. What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today is Saturday, September 16th, day number 46 inside the Big Brother house. That little intro, that was for the Discord. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have not checked out the description below, I usually do it at the end of the video, but tons of links down there, things like my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, where you can kind of join the conversation over there. We're always talking about the live feeds. We've been having a lot of fun over in the Discord recently, so make sure you check that out as well. Also, I know I always kind of ask in the beginning of the video for, you know, if you're new here, you can subscribe, you can hit that like button. But likes and comments really make a big difference here on the channel. So the more likes, the more comments that you guys got. I want to hear from you guys anyway. I like trying to go through the comments. There's a lot of them now, so I usually can't get to everyone, but I try and get to the most that I can. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking about everything that's going on in the show, and let me know in those comments right down there. But as far as what happened yesterday on the live feeds, it was actually a pretty chill day. It was nominations day, so we do have some stuff to talk about. But after 45 days of just madness, maybe like there was like one kind of a chill day that we had. Today was maybe the second chill day that we had, and we really needed it. We kind of needed just to calm down just a little bit and refresh. We weren't really expecting any surprises either. It seemed like the obvious nominees were going to be two of the three of Cory, America, maybe Jag thrown in there as well, with like a Cory Jag kind of situation up on the block, with Cameron as the backdoor. Jared pretty much didn't hide this from anybody as he was having conversations with them, and it did end up being Cory and America who were up on the block, as opposed to anybody else. But Jared did have his meetings beforehand, right? Like having a chat with Cameron where he tried to make a deal with Jared, saying like, listen, like you don't put me up for, you know, initial nom, renom, like I have you next week, and like I'll swear on almost anything but my daughter. Anything but except my daughter. I won't do that. So that, you know, would be a good idea. His issue though is after he says this, he also says like, yeah, I'm going against like the people in the comic room, which includes Cirie, which isn't ideal. But Cirie actually talked to Jared and she's like, is there any world where you see a possibility that I could work with Cameron? And Jared shoots it down right away. Like, no way. Like, it's not going to happen. But I actually think Cirie's right here. And if she did go to him and like tried to work on some kind of deal and try and work things out, I think that's a path forward for them. They need numbers, even though Jared still thinks he has people like Matt and people like Blue, even Jag they think they have with the 7 Deadly Sins. They think they have the Brown Sugar Babes. Like they think they have people on their side. They don't realize how much this house has really shifted against them, because as of right now, no one trusts them much. There might be people playing along, and we're going to go over some of the things on why people are just playing along with them, but at the end of the day, they know they cannot be trusted. First off, Blue. We talked about yesterday a lot of things about how I wasn't really sure where she stood, what she really knew about the Jared Cirie situation. Did she just kind of think it was kind of a thing? What exactly was going on? Like, if she did know, like, some of her moves didn't really make a lot of sense, but maybe that was her just trying to cover her tracks a little bit. For example, there were multiple times where Jared would bring up Cirie in like a voting situation. Like one of the things was, he said, if it ended up being Cirie and Izzy on the block, who would you vote out? And she's like, Cirie. And it was like, why would you say that if you even think there's a chance? And that's something I try and do is, it's very hard as a feed watcher or even just a watcher of this show to really objectively look and say like, oh, this is what this person should do, because we have so much information, right? We are omnipotent in this scenario. We know almost everything, right? But even then, like we miss out on little details and you're never quite sure like who's lying to who. one thing I think I am pretty good at is being able to tell which conversations are actually significant and meaningful. And I wasn't ever sure with Blue. She was somebody that just was kind of a mystery to me, which I kind of love. I love when there's like a hard nut to crack, right? Like I just couldn't figure her out. But today was very eye-opening. She has been dropping little hints that Jared has a huge secret that only she knows. She did it to multiple people, including Jared. Now, what gets even better is Jared warned Cirie, saying, I think Blue might know. Blue's like, well, how would she know? He's like, I think Izzy told her. Blaming Izzy. This guy is blaming Izzy for him dropping hints and pretty much telling her that his mom is in the game, even though he said it was Felicia. He dropped enough hints where, come on, like, if you say that, she was going to be able to figure it out. And she has not said it outright, but multiple conversations with Cory, with Jag, with tons of people now. She's letting them know, like, hey, Jared told me stuff that would ruin his game, and I don't know why he would lie to me when I know things like this about him. And I'm the only one who knows about him. Let's go, Blue. Like, Blue is coming into her own here and really becoming a player in this game. We did actually get a meeting with Matt, Blue, Jared, and Cirie, where they kind of locked in almost like a 4-person core that's in kind of like the 6 deadly sins, I guess it would be now, that Izzy's gone. So they kind of locked that in. We did have with that too kind of a funny little thing where Cirie jokes about Bowie potentially have being a former player of Australian Survivor, which us here watching, we know that how funny that is. But she was like, I don't know, maybe it's possible. And they all kind of were joking today about, like, what if Bowie's a secret, you know, comp beast and she's gonna turn it on. Some other interesting things though, with that 7 deadly sins, they did attempt to have a meeting, but Jag never showed up. he just stayed down in the bathroom. Eventually though, Mimi came up to the HOH room, so everybody had to hide. She stayed with Blue. Everybody else went running into the HOH bathroom, and they were kind of chatting there for a bit. Eventually Felicia comes out, and she was just like, oh, I was using the bathroom, which is a okay excuse because she's actually been really gassy all day. There were at least 2 times where she let it rip, and like, I mean fully rip, and everybody was dying laughing. Listen, I'm not someone who's like fart humor. It's not peak comedy, but this is funny. Just how like just unashamed she is. She just, like, mid-conversation at one point in the bathroom, just let a big one rip. It was Cory, Jag, America, Mimi, Jared, everybody was in the bathroom, and they were just all dying laughing. Then later on, it was just Mimi and her sitting in the kitchen. And that one was so loud, the microphone picked it up. Like, it was a long one. I gotta love Felicia. Like, she was laughing about it too. Like, that's what made it fun, was like even she was getting into it. But with how Felicia is, she's like, I'm not hiding in the bathroom, and just went out with Mimi and Blue and started chatting. Everybody else is hiding in the bathroom. Matt's hearing aid is like buzzing. He's like trying to turn it down to make sure it doesn't buzz anymore and give him away. And eventually Mimi and Felicia leaves, then eventually Mimi leaves. They come out of hiding in the bathroom, but they don't get out of the HOH, and Cameron shows up, so they have to go hide again. It was just one of those things where these are just not serious people sometimes, and it could be fun. It could be fun. Speaking of Mimi and Felicia, they kind of locked in a final too. We mentioned how Jared and Cirie kind of think they still have the brown sugar babies, and even though they tried to say, Jared in his meetings, like, I'm solid with you guys. Like, we're still good. They're sketched out. They are really sus of what happened last week with just everything that went down with the vote, like wanting to keep Izzy and not telling Mimi and being cagey about the vote and just how everything went down. They know, like, they don't trust anybody at this point. So Mimi and Felicia locking in that final 2, which kind of was like one of those ones, it was like kind of unspoken in a way, right? Like, we just all kind of knew, like, those 2 are tight. Like, of course, right? It may not be an official final 2, but they're noteworthy as a pair and a duo that neither are going to put each other up, always are going to try and keep each other in the game safe. So this was just kind of made it more official that they are actually a final 2 now. Other than that, there were a couple other little things. Matt, Jag, and Blue had a meeting where they kind of re-established their trio, right? There was a little bit of Blue drifting away, but now with everything coming about, all the alliances and everything being out in the open, Matt, Blue, and Jag are like, listen, we're in a good spot, and they recognize it. They say, like, if we stick together, not only are the 3 of us really good competition players, which I know what some of you are going to say, right? Blue was up there very long on the wall, more than almost anybody else. Right? So she did well. He did okay. Jag's won stuff. Matt has won stuff. Well, he's won one thing. Still, they're not 100% wrong. They're 3 good competitors that would have a shot in competitions. But the bigger thing is, if they stay together as kind of a voting block, they affect the vote. So no matter where they go, they can kind of sway where the house goes. Jag, fully committed. Like, he's like, listen, I don't know about you 2. Me personally, with everything that's been out there, all of the stuff we've heard, everything that's been said about Jared, Cirie, he's like, I know several times where Jared's lied to me. I know that where there's times that Cirie's directly lied to me. I know that they were coming after me and making me a target. And he's like, yeah, there might be like a couple of questions with Cory America, but I'm locked in. Like, those are the people I want to ride with. You guys as well, but over the other side, Cory and America are the ones that I trust right now. Blue says, like, I totally understand that, but I want to play this a little smarter, right? Like, not as quickly to just go one side or the other. Like, let's navigate this carefully. Like, obviously, we don't want to trust them fully, but we don't want them to know that, right? Like, Jag's almost like, let's just let it out in the open. I don't trust you. But both Matt and Blue are like, let's be a little bit more strategic with it. We don't have to lay our cards right out on the open, right? Like, we can play this, right? We can string them along for a bit. And that's kind of the plan. We then ended up getting 2 other kind of big convos for the night. We had Cam and America, who he was basically asking, like, hey, like, if you get house gets choice, are you going to pick me? And she pretty much tells him, no, like, I can't. And he's like, I know, like, I get it. Like, I'm the back door. She then goes and tells Cory, and, you know, he was actually even saying how much he wanted to work with her and Cory. But she goes and tells Cory about, like, Cameron kind of knows, and Cory says, like, this is bad. America actually gets almost upset. Like, I think she was actually, like, crying a little bit. She kind of, like, pulled the covers over her head, but Cory comforted her. And he's like, listen, I'm not mad at you. Like, I'm just, like, it's the situation more than anything else, because now he might not use it on us. And that's kind of worst case scenario, is if he wins and he doesn't use the veto. So he's just hoping that at the very least, Cameron doesn't win it, but also if he does win it, one of them can still come off the block, and there's a way to maneuver around this. Speaking of Cory, Matt, and Jag, later America kind of joined as well, met in the bathroom, and they kind of talked out some of those scenarios on what they can do and how to work around things. And they were like, listen, even if Cameron wins it, like, there is still potential we get him to take one of us down. If the veto is used, how do we make it that all 4 of us get to stay? And they kind of come down to it where it's got to be Bowie. Bowie's got to be the one that gets put up. But Jared won't agree that Bowie should be the target. He's going to see that as a waste, and he would obviously much rather get out someone like Cory and Jag. But the way they could maybe keep Jag off the block is to say, well, he's close to Matt and he's close to Blue. And if you put him up, like you're thinking you're in this 6 alliance still, right? The 7 deadly sins that now it's the 6 deadly sins. You don't do that to alliance members. You already did that to him. So if you put Jag up now, you're going to lose Matt. You're going to lose Bowie. You're going to lose Blue. So they're hoping that can keep Jag off the block. If Jag gets off the block, he's not going to put up Felicia. He's not going to put up Cirie. Me? But probably not. So that would only leave Bowie. Like Bowie would be the only option, right? And you can literally look at the board because he's not, if he can't put up Blue, guess he could put up Matt, right? But like that also he thinks he has Matt. So it's even worse than Jag, right? So it would end up being Bowie. So almost really Cameron winning could be in a way kind of good still, as long as he uses it. Because if he uses it, that's the biggest thing. If the veto is used, that is what they need. They just can't have Cameron win it and not use it. That's the only thing. And I guess technically the only other person that maybe wouldn't use it could potentially be Bowie. I could see that as well, where she would maybe want to keep Cameron in the game. But for the most part, they kind of think like, yeah, everybody who wins will use it. If Cameron wins it, there's a question, but hopefully he'll use it. And they can say like, listen, if you use it, it's going to be Jag and we vote Jag out. But the real replacement nominee they would hope would end up being Bowie. And that would be the best possibility for them. Other than that, though, they were still kind of figuring out like how they can do this. Because again, Jared's not going to want to just waste his HOH on Bowie. So they would have to say, well, no, Cory's still the target or America's still the target. We just need a pawn, right? But we can't use Jag as a pawn because that's not what you do to allies, right? Jag's already been on the block too much. So they need to work on making sure that Cameron doesn't put any of them up as the pawn, which would then kind of force his hand to be Bowie if Cameron were to win. They were also just kind of fun to listen to. The 4 of them are really fun. I've been saying this kind of from the beginning of the game, like just like when they're all chatting, Reilly too was even kind of in this as well. I like their humor because it's kind of like game humor. They're not afraid to make fun of like themselves, bad moves that they're making, the situations they're in. Like it's funny to hear them like talk like retrospectively about like the things that have happened and like old conversations they had where America was like, there was one day, Jag, where we were in the bathroom and I asked you, like, are you in alliance with, you know, all these people? And she's like, Jag said, you listed off like 5 of the 7. And I was just like, no, no, we're not. And they all were laughing about how, you know, in retrospect, how funny that all was. But yeah, overall, it was a pretty chill day. And it's all about the veto today. So we'll see how that goes down. Who do you want to see win the veto? Would you like to see Cameron win it and maybe some more chaos happen? Or do you want it to be more straightforward? Cory win it, America win it, Jag win it. Jag winning is probably best case scenario because then Jag wins it, takes Cory and America down, and it will be Cameron going up the block. And then Cameron being evicted. So everything seems like it might be okay still, even though Cory and America are on the block. There are ways out of this situation, even though it seems like it could be for one of them. There are ways out of the situation. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of everything else going on inside the Big Brother house. We will have all the update tomorrow on who won veto, who was picked, how everything played out, and we'll keep you up to date with that. Thank you guys all again so much for watching. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Like I said in the beginning of this video, likes and comments are huge for like the YouTube algorithm, right? So every time you hit that like button, you hit that comment, you're helping out this channel right here. So I appreciate that all so much. And I say it every time. I just love each and every one of you. And I cannot thank you enough for anyone watching this. Just the fact that even one person watches these crazy videos that I put on the internet still blows my mind. But thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.